Srivatsan of Bharatwaj Institute, who share my direct taxation knowledge with the students of various professional courses. The Finance Act has been passed by the Parliament and the President has given the consent and it is now applicable. I thought this is the right time to speak about what is there in the Finance Act, and I thought I can do a series of videos about it in a shorter manner so that you can understand what it is, how it is applicable, and as a student, if you are watching it, how this has to be remembered for your examination. I start with the first major amendment that took place during this Finance Act or using this Finance Act. Buyback of shares. Well, till September 30th, but technically till 23rd, till the announcement came, but now up to September 30th, buyback of shares was taxable or is taxable, since I am just recording it in August, is taxable only in the hands of the company and not in the hands of the shareholder who is surrendering the shares. From 1st of October, there is going to be a shift. This is going to be taxable in the hands of the shareholder and no more it is going to be taxable in the hands of the company. And interestingly, when you surrender shares or sell shares and get a consideration, normally this is taxable under capital gains, but what we have done is, in buyback, what exactly happens is they use the reserve. The company uses the reserve for buying back their own shares. So, since reserve gets distributed, whatever the shareholder receives as consideration is taxable as deemed dividend. Section 2, subsection 22 has added one more clause, clause F. Whatever consideration we have received or the shareholder receives for surrendering his shares to the company in a buyback scheme is going to be taxable to him as deemed dividend. Now the company need to deduct tax at source under section 194 for this deemed dividend also. Now, what happens to the shares for which he has paid the consideration and purchased it? That is separately dealt with in capital gains, where the full value of consideration is taken as 0 less cost of acquisition. The difference will be a loss, long-term or short-term capital loss. Now the problem exactly is, if there is a loss in capital gain, it can be set off only in its own head. That means a LTCL can be set off only against the LTCG. Probably if it is an STCL, either against LTCG or STCG. So, one side he will be paying taxes for the consideration received, and another side there will be a loss which cannot be set off against this consideration. And this apart, the consideration will also have a TDS impact. Very interesting. Small nuances are there in this particular provision. So, in the classroom, it's going to be interestingly understood how this provision will be applicable if the shares are purchased back before 30th September 2024 and if it is purchased after 1st October 2024, how the provisions are going to work. Direct taxation for May and November 2025 examination of CA Final. The classes commences from 2nd September 2024. The classes are also available live online as well as face-to-face. I always feel face-to-face is better, but for students who are unable to attend because they are not in the city, or even in the city they are at a remote location, they can prefer online, live online. Recording is a third option, where if you miss the bus, you can catch it by recording. But I would always prefer you to attend physical or live online to understand the nuances of this provision and how this will be applicable to in the examination and how an examiner can question it. Meet you in the direct taxation classroom.